So deputies have been out here since about 4 o'clock this morning. Now that it's light out, you should be able to get a better look at that truck right there that crashed. And each of the kits have one of these. This is a visual communication board. You can see here how it has a pain measurement scale. We first arrived at the scene about 30 minutes after everything happened. We came back just after 9 o'clock, and since then we've seen car after car to happen in one of the homes that's behind that privacy fence. We're not exactly sure which home it was. It's a double red flag day. You can see those red flags. They got this call around 4:45 this morning. You can see that the northbound lane here at Highway 29 is closed and they could be suspended or expelled. However, as of now, they cannot face criminal charges. As I'm here in the airport, I'm just thinking about what it would be like to take a vacation. You know, don't you see it? Me on the beach, relaxing. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kelsey Coffey, filling in for Brent Carney. Registration is starting for a free swim and dive program for elementary school students. That kind of sounds like fun, right? The Aquatic Center at Booker T. Washington High School in Pensacola is hosting that program. Breaking overnight in Arkansas, 20 people shot during a car show. It happened in Dumas. The Escambia County Sheriff's Office also has boats in the water right now. No other details are being released. We had a little shower before the Grand Fiesta Parade. Are we going to see any more of that? As they say, you can never touch a classic, but this sequel is impressing moviegoers across the country. We're getting our first look at dash cam video showing a scuffle with the Florida State Trooper. All right, happy Saturday. Enjoy some sunshine and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
My constituents in the Panhandle have had enough.
As hundreds of supporters listened to U.S. Congressman Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan in a campaign rally Saturday, dozens of protesters chanted outside. Women against Matt Gaetz! The group Women Against Matt Gaetz led the charge.
Matt Gaetz really has done his time and needs to go.
The group says they're speaking up after Gaetz' recent comments about women who protested the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Gaetz talked about the protesters during the rally.
You know how the fake news will report it? They'll say, oh, while a few people gathered to support Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan, there were 50 people outside.
We might disagree on policy, and I'm going to fight like crazy in the Congress to do what I think is best for the country, but we can smile. It's America.
One of Gaetz' opponents, Mark Lombardo, was also outside. He says he wasn't there to protest.
We're making sure that everybody knows that there is an alternative for the 1st Congressional District.
Lombardo isn't the only opposing candidate in the race. We also checked in with candidate Greg Merck after the rally.
But I believe that I can beat Matt Gaetz on the issues because we are diametrically opposed on things like climate change, transgenders in the military, the radical animal rights groups, legal recreational marijuana, and I can go on and on about the issues.
A family calling for justice for almost 70 years.
She just said, you guys, we found it. She didn't say what it was. We just knew it immediately.
That it was this. An unserved arrest warrant for Mrs. Roy Bryant, now known as Carolyn Bryant Donham, the woman who accused 14-year-old Emmett Till of whistling at her, an accusation that led to his kidnapping and murder. Tia Robbins is Emmett's cousin. She now lives in Pensacola.
It's sad that I still have to share the same story with my children, and we're still fighting for justice.
Advocating for Emmett is a part of her family pedigree. Her mother, Deborah Watts, co-founded the Emmett Till Legacy Foundation. Watts was there the moment the warrant was found in a Mississippi courthouse basement.
We lost our breath, we fell to our knees, we screamed.
The family is now calling for law enforcement to serve the 67-year-old warrant, all with the spirit of Emmett's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, in mind.
Mamie had no hate in her heart, and we don't carry that as well. So we don't want people to think when we're pushing forward towards justice that we're doing anything outside of what she would want us to do.
In an effort to create equality for all.
There's been so many injustices against the Black community that I think it's time to show America how we can make things right.
First.
This is Charlie Lurie. He's a bus driver instructor for Escambia County Schools. This week, he gave me a driving lesson. I let him take the wheel first. Then it was my turn.
When you lift off the brake, the car's going to start moving.
We're going to move.
We're going to move.
We're moving. So I had a bumpy start.
Just steer, but you see how those brakes are, right?
Yes.
So, you know.
Wait, I wasn't ready. But eventually, I got the hang of it.
Look at Ms. Kelsey go.
Look at that. Who would have thought? Little old me.
The most important lesson I learned about driving buses:
Slow is your friend,
Slow
speed
my
is the
friend.
enemy.
figuring out how to turn properly was the hardest challenge.
And just ease through.
Am I going to hit the cone?
No, you're not.
The grand finale of my driving lesson:
I just parallel parked a school bus. That is so cool.
and for the record,
Nobody was hurt in the making of this video.
talk a little bit about just the importance of them having their protective gear out there as officers, because he would have been dead today.
And I'm gonna put that, I forgot a line piece on that one. Tell me.
Gigi, stop it.
Girl.
Gigi.
What?
This is so good. Oh, I remember my mom showing me The Incredible Hulk because that's what she watched as a kid. So what does it mean to you to know that your work has transcended generations?